Hey, what's going on YouTube and Dragon's Tro fans? We've got another unboxing video for us today. A couple boxes come in over the last few days. I'm going to just bust them open really quick. So this will be a pretty short video. I just need to get this stuff open so I can then catalog it and get it onto the website. Do a longer video later this week for the bigger collection that came in, and that will be much more interesting, I think, than this stuff. This is just going to be some small lots that I picked up over the last week or so. Alright, this one, we've got some Battletech stuff here. Nice pack job. Let's see, we got 3067 Tech Manual. Technical readout. We got the Tech Manual for Classic Battletech, Monster Manual for 4th edition D&D, Adventurer's Vault, same. Player's Handbook for 4th edition D&D, Vampire the Masquerade 2nd edition with some significant spine wear, but I think I can repair that for the most part. DM Guide 3.0, a screen for 2nd edition AD&D, which is not going to be usable for anything. Monster Manual for 3.0, another DM's Guide for 3.0, Forgotten Realms Player's Guide for 4th edition, basically brand new condition. Wow, creaked when you open it. Clan Book Giovanni for Vampire 2nd, the Sabbat from Vampire, Blood and Fire, the Giovanni's Chronicles, Demon Hunter for World of Darkness, piece of the Menzo Veranzan box set that's incomplete, and the Villain's Lore book, which has significant water damage. So that is going into the convention dollar box. Most of this stuff, it's worn. A couple pieces are no good. I have when I do conventions, if I do conventions again, I have a cheapo kind of couple buck box where anything that has issues like that, where it's water damaged, but it's, it's still perfectly usable. It's just I don't like to sell this online because you can't really see the damage, and I just don't want people to be disappointed with something when they get it. Whereas if it doesn't have water damage or anything like that, then I'm happy to sell that online. So repair that. The 4th edition stuff's basically brand new, and hardly any wear to it, and a couple Battletech items. I don't remember. I picked this lot up online. Saw someone selling it and just grabbed it. Don't have a lot of money into it, so I don't have. If I have 1 or 2 items that come in that are damaged, I'm not really going to lose any sleep over that. I throw them into the convention boxes, and provided we ever get to do conventions again. I only do about two a year. There are local ones here in New Jersey. Been doing them forever. I think I started doing them in the 90s. Every so often I'll miss one, but one's in the Dreamation is in the winter, and DexCon is in the summer. DexCon was canceled. I'd done Dreamation right before all the stuff went down, so that was the last convention I've actually done or been to. So that was February of 2020. Alright, this was an item I grabbed. Price was pretty high, but it was I thought still real room for me to make some money on it. I don't get these in anymore, generally as part of collections, but it's a World of Greyhawk box set. A little bit of concaveness to the box, a little bit of pushed in. It had good pictures for buying it, and the maps are in good shape. Everything was there, so Even though I got a lot of money into it, I should be able to turn it pretty quickly because they don't come in anymore. A little bit of sun fading in the bottom, but yeah, it's one of those things where if I had one in stock, I wouldn't have messed with it. I haven't had one in a while. It's just the nature of the business these days. There's not a lot of this stuff, hitting the market anymore. And when you can pick one up and still, turn a little bit of a profit, it's better to have it than to have an empty spot on your website. So it is the way it is. All right. This is another lot I had bought. Again, some kind of filler stuff. When you see it at a good price, you just grab it. I've actually gotten 2 batches of this stuff recently, so this will fill out my Robotech selection pretty nicely. I'm pretty sure this will make sure I'll have everything in stock. So, we got the main book, we've got the RDF manual, the Zentradi with unfortunately, a big old crease in it, Southern Cross, Invid Invasion, Return of the Masters, New World Order, Ghost Ship, Macross 2 role-playing game, a little bit of wear along the edges, and the RDF Accelerated Training Program book with some folds to the cover. Overall, that stuff's decent shape. A little bit of wear from just being read. The main book has some bubbling to the cover. This happens to the lamination on some items. The Mongoose stuff in the early 2000s was just absolutely notorious for getting this bubbling on, I don't know, it seemed like everything. The minute humidity hit it, the books would just start, the lamination would just start bubbling all over it. So that's one of the things that I try to avoid, is that early 2000s Mongoose run of product. Unfortunately, Babylon 5 was part of that, and Babylon 5 still sells decently, so if you get a Babylon 5 collection, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have at least a couple of the books have that bubbling to the lamination, because it just happened to everything that they produced, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to grab this one box that's over here. This will be the start of the big collection that I purchased. I actually have another collection on the way in, so I'm gonna have to start making room. But I got one coming in probably in a week or so from Canada. I just closed on that one. It's on the way, so it's good to keep this stuff coming in right before we get into the Christmas selling season, because we will go through a lot of product. It just is going to be just a steady stream of selling. So this has got kind of a little bit of everything. Someone was downsizing their overall game collections, just kind of went through their shelves and said, this is all stuff I don't want. And I basically bought all of it. Some of this is gaming, some of it's not. Like, for instance, this first item I see here is not a gaming item. It's something I've never seen before. It's the Colonial Warriors Technical Manual, Battlestar Galactica. Looks like it was done in 1988. I don't know anything about it. I've never seen it. It looks like, probably a fan, unlicensed, almost certainly unlicensed, fan produced item. This is the stuff we ran into in the early days of gaming. You didn't get a license, you just did it on your own. So anyway, we got some it's a folder for a Star Trek, original Star Trek item, Star Wars campaign pack that's missing, the outer wrap, which I believe I have one of those. Got the triangle for Star Trek. These are always do pretty well, and that one has a map. Flashing blades item. Something just went flying. I think it was a deck of cards. Soul Omniversal role-playing system. Never heard of that. Federation Ship Recognition Manual for Star Trek. Ship Construction Manual. This is the second edition, so is the Federation book. We got one of the Romulans books. I think both are in there, so I'll just set that aside. Star Trek IV Voyage Home. Looks like Realms of Fantasy book. Amazing Fantasy. This is just, again, stuff that came in. A Different Worlds magazine. A Pegasus. I think that is one I don't have any more of. Issue 7 of Pegasus. I'll have to take a look at that. Different Worlds. I don't think one I have. Castles of Harn. That's a nice item. Shadows over Bogenhaven. Original Warhammer. Enemy Within campaign is being reissued these days, so that's kind of timely. Some D&D 3.0, Masters of the Wild, Sword and Fist, Song and Silence, Defenders of the Faith, Tome and Blood, so we got the whole run of those. Terran Empire for Star Hero. Stardate magazines, a couple of those. A blueprint, science fiction blueprint, looks like another Battlestar Galactica item. DM Guide 3.5, in nice shape. Mother of All Encounter Tables from Necromancer Games. Got a Doctor Who. This is the second Doctor. Men in Black, Aliens Recognition Guide. Here's the other Romulan book. Let's go with that one. Romulan Ship Recognition Manual. Margin of Profit. So I think that's the folder for that here. Challenge Magazine. Nothing interesting there. We've got a Shadis. Roll for Initiative. Oh, this is a official Gen Con program book from 2013. I don't think I was at that one. Space Gamer, Fantasy Gamer, when they combined. That's issue number 8. Encyclopedia Arcane, Abjuration. Alright, this is a Empire of the Witch King for Lord of the Rings. So always good to have Lord of the Rings. Middle Earth role-playing, so that was also for Empire of the Witch King. Middle Earth role-playing is a core second edition book, I believe. No, first edition. Standalone rule book is just trashed. Its cover's coming off, but it's there. Starfleet Strategic Campaign in the High Arena Warlord. It's something I've never. Agents of Gaming. Oh, that's a really early Agents of Gaming, 1994. Wow, I didn't know they were. I didn't know Agents of Gaming was that old. I knew they were around in the late 90s. I didn't know they were in the early 90s. Men in Black role-playing game core book. They sell occasionally. Endless Sands from Avalanche and early D20 stuff when they were doing their cheesecake covers. I got a AC3 Dungeons and Dragons 3D Tiles, Revenge of Rusak. I think that's missing some stuff, so I'll have to double check that. Good, I needed one of these, a Dragonlance campaign setting for 3.0. Dragons of Wing Zen from Mayfair Games Roll Age. Got a New Republic Galaxy Guide 8, Star Wars Galaxy Guide 8 Scouts, second edition. And Kraken's Rebel Field Guide for Star Wars role-playing game, West End Games. A Ultimate Arcane Spellbook from Mongoose. Not any bubbling on that, that's good. Ares, issue number 14. Looks like it's wrong. A Battlestar Galactica item. I think that's just a kind of showing you the movie that they did after the series came out. They kind of mushed it together to make a movie. Space Gamer, Fantasy Gamer there. Mobius 1, play-by-mail rules. It's used to be pretty well known, but it's by Flying Buffalo. Stack of polyhedrons here. I think they're all in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Nothing there. Really crazy magazine. A really trashed dark conspiracy book, and I just sold the only other one I have, so that's a shame because I could have definitely used that. I think this goes with the Rusak. If I'm not mistaken. Nope, it's something else. So unfortunately, that Dark Conspiracy is probably going in the convention box. A few more polyhedrons. Look like they're in the 70s, 60s, 70s. So there's a nice little stack of those. I'm not sure where I have them. Star Trek role-playing game, basic game. This is the second edition. Looks to be, well, it has a Star Wars item in it, so they must have been mashing up their game systems there. So anyway, that's it for today. So 15-minute video again, something that seems to work. So anyway, hope you're enjoying it. Share with your friends, subscribe, and hope to see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Take care.